పంచుకుంటానికి కానీ వీడియో మార్గంలో పంచుకుంటానికి కానీ మీరు చేశారు. చాలా సంతోషం. నాగరాజు గారు, మీరు కాలేజ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఈ మెడికల్ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్స్ వృత్తిలోకి ఎలా వచ్చారు?
చాలా peculiar question. నేను all my life I have never thought I would come into the sales profession. Primarily I was planning to join the Indian Army, and since my brother was in the Air Force and my father was in the defense, they were also expecting me to join the army, as I was getting prepared to join the army all the years along. Suddenly, with the wars that had taken place and the way the politicians were playing with the lives of the defense personnel, and the way our prime minister was murdered, all these things brought into focus made me think otherwise. Thereafter, I preferred to join the sales force because it would give a lot of independence for action and initiative.
Right, sir. So you've decided to join an independent job where you had a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Then who were the initial?
Then, as the paper advertisements had come up, I had applied for different companies. I had been selected in most of the companies, but I preferred to opt for a Hyderabad base. With the result, I was taken in Russell Pharmaceuticals.
What year was that?
This was 72.
1972. Okay, wonderful.
Then I was offered Hyderabad base. I worked in Hyderabad. I was trained in Bombay in their head office, and I was introduced to the field by my field manager. It was a challenging assignment every day. You see, you had to think up and then be prepared for everything. Sometimes you are faced with questions where you have difficulty in answering, or you have to think and answer. So it helped me sharpen my wits also in the process.
Okay, very interesting. Helped you to sharpen your wits. చెప్పండి సార్.
Then I had learnt a lot seeing the other colleagues from other organizations, but there were also bad things which I resisted, and I did not accept them. And in the process, I've made some good friends among the medical fraternity. Sometimes they used to make me wait, sit, have tea with them, and express their personal problems, seek answers. Though I was very young, they felt that my answers did help them in many ways.
So basically an exchange of anguish.
Yes.
Right.
And this used to take up a lot of time for me.
Oh.
Because I never had a transport of my own.
Okay.
But still I enjoyed the work.
Right.
There were times when I returned home very late in the night, say about 3 o'clock, where I had to walk from beyond Charminar to my house. There were some good friends who used to give me a lift halfway through or help me to the nearest point and then drop me. And well, this was the way I used to go about till such time I bought my own vehicle. But still I was very happy because interacting with people who are at a higher level of learning helped me.
Right. Then from Russell onwards to Allen.
From Russell, I felt I could use my talent and improve my prospects. I felt joining a bigger company would take me places with that in mind. And the other company was in an expansion mode as they had acquired a lot of other companies. I thought the pastures are green there. and applied for that. I got selected in both the divisions. Still, I opted for BDH, thinking a smaller division would have a larger growth percentage. I continued with that. I did well. I was based in Guntur.
Oh, BDHO based in Guntur.
Yes.
That's how a lot of Guntur colleagues know you.
And from BDH, they renamed it to Allenbury's, which was one of the companies acquired by Glaxo. And thereafter, they transferred me to Madras, Chennai. And as a representative, I had a lot of funny situations also to face, sitting in the doctor's chambers. I had seen patients coming to the doctor and demanding that they be given injections or put the stethoscope on their knees and find the pulse there.
Or on the brain if he has a headache.
And then, if the doctor used to give him a prescription without injections, they used to feel very bad. Why this doctor is not giving me an injection? If he had given me an injection, my illness would have come down immediately. That was their thinking. But subsequently, they realized that that was not the case. And they say a lot of.
Sir?
In Chennai, I can say one of the gynec practitioners, I was sitting in her chamber, and then I found a patient coming with an attendant with a patient coming and asking for delivery to be performed as per the astronomical charts.
Oh.
Then, in the first instance, the doctor said he tried to dissuade them and convince them that is not correct. But they were insisting that she do it according to their preference. Then, like any other practitioner, she succumbed to their request and did it. And subsequently, on an inquiry, she told me, Nagaraj, this is a daily thing here in my practice. If I don't do it, someone else will do it, though it goes against my conscience. This was one of the incidents where I cannot forget, because it is taking place on a routine.
Very funny things happen, and I'll share an experience.
Please.
At Chennai. I was conversing with a doctor, and one guy who was a local leader, he came with a peculiar request. This fellow has died. You should not perform the autopsy on this man. They have some sentiment against, autopsy. And the doctor was explaining him, look here, I am under obligation to perform this because the patient had died here. If I don't do this, they can file criminal charges against me.
True.
And this was going on.
Then I was stuck. I did not have. And it created a lot of ill will between me and the other gentleman. I had everything. I could not get the project through. Everything.
So sad. Any other ventures, sir?
Yeah, about this. That's all. After our getting beaten in the East facility.
You didn't tell me about the East facility. Yeah, please tell me about the East facility.
The East facility was the one wherein I joined my friend, and we were manufacturing East.
Okay.
Then it ran into problem because of effluent release.
Oh, effluent problem. Okay.
So the environment people could not give us a solution as to how to tackle the situation.
Was it simply evaporating the
No.
effluent? Or?
See, this is purely molasses. We used to take it from molasses,
Okay.
treat, do this,
Okay.
add, develop yeast,
Okay.
and then what you do is you filter it, concentrate it, and then pack it like your butter cakes and things like that.
Okay.
But what happened is after you do all this, the effluent had to be released.
Yeah.
In fact, the effluent could be diluted and used in farms again,
Mm.
but it could not. According to the rules, we had to treat the effluent, for which they did not give us any solution. Only said you cannot do it, so our production got stuck. See, when they don't have a suggestion, a solution, they are stopping the production.
Yeah, I understand.
And then we ran into
But how are the others tackling the problem? You know, yeast is manufactured all over the world.
in a, all over the world, it's a different issue. In our country,
Okay.
the total issues are different. Another thing is the right hand doesn't know what the left hand does, and people give you suggestions which the left hand can't follow, and then there are rules which block you.
Right. No, I understand perfectly. So, having faced all these problems at various stages of life, did you adopt or did you evolve your own philosophy of life?
Well, take it as it comes.
Okay, take it as it comes. Okay.
And fight it out on your own if you can.
Fight it alone. Hmm.
And in most cases, you are fighting against behemoths
Hmm.
where you don't have the financial strength.
Hmm. Yeah.
So you are stuck. And
Right.
the legal system in our country
Yeah.
is not conducive for business or production facilities.
Agreed.
You find the labor is highly pampered and then they dictate terms. Setting up an industry in a country like ours, for that matter, setting up an industry is like doing penance. People don't realize. People think you set up an industry, you milk money and buy everything, you go in all five-star this. No, it is not that. It is very, very difficult. It is like doing penance, much worse than that. At least in penance, you are in some place sitting without anybody's interference. Here it's not like that. Even if you want to go about with your production and other things, there will be 1,001 fellows coming and interfering with you on a day-to-day basis. Your own government, different departments will come and keep ribbing you on different issues.
I agree with you. Many people share your experience. Many people. It, we aren't yet ready for industrialization.
Not
Right,
only
sir.
that,
That's how it
see,
is. I'm
the
glad.
bureaucratic setup in this country is the one that has been trained by the college road people that still exists today. College road people means, I mean, the East India Company's leftovers. And what the British government had in mind when they had brought in your income tax or your customs central excise, that was, they had brought it with a view to kill Indian industry,
Yeah, yeah.
nothing else. And if you go back to the 1857 revolution, the British ensured that there was not more money in the hands of Indians more than to keep their body and soul together. And who came and helped us during that time? You remember? I'll give you a small instance. These people, blacksmiths, were running their show alongside the roads in different parts of the country and states. They are the people who had risen to the occasion. You know what is their ancestry? Their ancestry is they are part of Rana Pratap's Bill army. And Rana Pratap lived in the forest eating grass rotis. They say when our king doesn't have a house, we don't want a house. These are the very people who had accumulated all the metal, scrap. They prepared swords, spears, and what have you, and gave it to our revolutionaries, which was highly inadequate. That is how they were able to put down our, but they could not put down our spirit.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks for taking us back to 1857's revolution. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so much.
and thanks for sharing your feelings. Thanks for sharing your experiences.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Nagaraj Garu. Namaste.
Have a great day. Bye.
Have a great day too.
I have gone through a very difficult childhood, wherein it has been a fight for survival and fight against all odds at different stages in life.
Okay.
Right from my school days to my college days, which in other words has helped me to survive in this dog world.
Wonderful, wonderful. So your childhood has prepared you for the adulthood.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And it has enabled me to tackle different situations that I encountered in later life.
Right.
With the result that has carried out all through in that school, a vendetta.
Oh.
Even after the teacher left my sections, she handed over me to the next income. Wherein not a day used to pass without my being punished.
Understood.
Yes. And in this process, one day when I was in 7th class, my teacher picked on me for a. Thereafter, she picked on another person also, who happened to be the son of a colonel of the EME Corps. He was colonel and in charge. And he also was a scion of the Rajputana royal family. With the result, she preferred him over me. I said, fine.
That's the way the power works. Power.
Then it so happened when the D-Day had come, somehow I forgot to present myself for the event, and unfortunately the other person also did put in his appearance to participate in the play. The following day, I had a very nasty experience. The teacher accosted me and said, "Why did you not come? Your house is just next door." I said, "Yes, but madam, I am a standby, whereas the main role is being played by another person." No, he did not come. I thought at least you will show up. "I'm sorry, madam, I had some problems at home. My mother was not keeping well, so I had to attend to that." But these memories kept on leaving their impression. Then I realized there was a lot of discrepancy in my securing the marks. It so happened that the person who secured the highest mark in the class happened to be a very close friend of mine. So at that time I asked him, his name is Vinod, he stays here only in Ramnagar, "Can I see your paper?" I said, "Sure, why not?" He gave me his answer sheet, and then I compared my answer sheet with his. I realized there was a wide difference, and I was given a fail mark. Then after a lot of...
Was there this discrimination so rampant even in those days?
Oh yeah, very much. I can tell you this teacher who was my English teacher in my 9th class, he is a double MA from Christian College Madras. Always used to say, "I am so and so, a double MA from Loyola College Madras." And it so happened, after a lot of mulling and thinking, I went to him and said, "Sir, you have given me only 18 months. My father was out of the school. He had gone on some other work. I waited there for a long time. He did not come. I asked the assistant headmaster, principal. He said, I don't know about the whereabouts and his movements. You will have to wait till such time he comes. I have no idea. In the meanwhile, my teacher, he sends another classmate of mine and says, you ask him to come back. I would like to talk to him. He came once.
నమస్కారం. బీడీహెచ్లో పనిచేసినటువంటి కేతవరపు నాగరాజు గారు తమ అభిప్రాయాలని అనుభవాలని మనతో పంచుకున్నారు. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Video Malika. Best wishes. Namaskaram.